If you were listening on Tuesday, you know I tease this. I'm telling you guys, if you listen closely, I usually have the scoops a day or two before they go public. And I did again on this one. Rewind the tape, as I like to say, or go to the app and listen to Tuesday's show. And I mentioned that I was hearing strong rumors that Kane Roberts would be returning to Alice Cooper's band, filling the slot left vacant by the departure of Nita Strauss. And I'm not always right on everything, but when it comes to rock stuff, most of the time, and I was on this one because it was officially announced yesterday that Kane Roberts has indeed returned to Alice Cooper's band, at least for the remainder of the year. Alice making that announcement yesterday on social media, saying he always enjoyed his time with Kane and enjoyed playing with him and is happy to welcome him back into the group. So I was wondering, since Alice has two guitar players still in the band, and Ryan Roxy and Tommy Hendrickson, who have been there forever, if he would continue with three guitar players, and he is replacing Nita Strauss, and it's with a guy that spent a lot of time with Alice Cooper in the 80s, and that would be Kane Roberts. If you're not familiar with Kane, he is a guy that was a big part of Alice's records in the MTV era of the mid-'80s. Very much looked like Rambo. He looks like, everybody said that, and it's true. He was very bulked up and looked exactly like a bodybuilder like Sylvester Stallone in Rambo. And he is back in the band and returning to play guitar with Alice Cooper. Whether this means an increase in material from the Kane Roberts era, I don't know. We'll find out when Alice does his set. I would imagine it would be. You might get more of those songs from that period, like Freedom and that Raise Your Fist and Yell and all that period that Alice did in the mid-'80s with Kane, but maybe not necessarily. I'm not sure. There's still no official announcement as far as where Nita Strauss is going. Joel, I didn't miss that. Did the Nita Strauss news as to where she's landing come out at all?
It kind of did. It wasn't an official announcement, but she popped up last night on Jimmy Kimmel Live with Demi Lovato.
There you go.
Was rumored. And so that looks like that's going to be the case. It looks like she's heading out on the summer tour with Demi Lovato.
Which was another one that I said to you guys the other day. There were rumors of Evanescence. There were rumors of a couple different bands. But again, if you rewind, I did bring that up as well, that was the one I was hearing was Demi Lovato. And that obviously, although no official announcement, there she is on TV playing with her. Joel, did you see it by chance?
I did. I watched the video of it this morning. It's like a 3-minute song. It's what you'd kind of expect from somebody who lives in the pop space but is trying to go rock. It's very pop punk rock. There is like very heavy like guitar elements to it, but it's very like pop punk rock. She picks up the guitar herself. Demi Lovato plays during the choruses, but it's got a rock element to it. So she's definitely trying to be more than pop, and I'm not familiar with her other stuff to say it's how much different it is.
Was Nita referenced or showcased in any way, or was she just
was
back
not
there in
it
the
was
band?
Kind of in the background. They did not. I don't think on a Jimmy Kimmel Live where they're focusing on Demi Lovato, that audience is really aware of Nita Strauss.
Right, totally.
She was there.
And I would guarantee you that it's probably not going to be that way going forward. I think this is, this is a great gig for her, and it's a younger audience, and it's another woman, obviously, that she's playing with, and it's probably a good payday and a good opportunity for her. So I think it's still a smart move for her to do it. But for people who are fans of hers and her shredding guitar playing, this is not, I don't think, where you're going to get this. I am feeling like this is going to be a very similar situation to when Nuno Betancourt was in Rihanna's band. I talked about that a couple days ago. Nuno was in Rihanna's band for like 5 years, touring around the world. And Nuno Betancourt is a world-class guitar player and a renowned guitar player. But if you followed along, that when he was playing with Rihanna, he was not showcased in any way. He was not given the spotlight. He was not like, hey, and Nuno's way more established and way more renowned than Nita is, just because he's been doing it for 35 years or whatever, and is one of the greats. And, wrote and sang hit songs himself. So if he wasn't getting a big push or play in something as big as Rihanna, I mean, again, every deal's different, every artist is different, but if you're expecting this to be some sort of pairing or a showcase for Nita, I don't think it's going to be that, but I do think it's a smart move she took the gig, because it's a good gig for her. It's a good opportunity. It brings her a different audience and whatever she can do with it. But with Alice Cooper, Nita Strauss was very out front. If you went to see Alice Cooper with Nita Strauss, she's on the foot of that stage, and as the British say, throwing shapes, meaning going in poses and flipping the hair, and very animated. And Alice gave her a ton of spotlight. I'd be surprised in this setting if she gets that same sort of treatment, but we'll see. We don't know. We'll see. But there's all you need to know, even if it's not an official announcement. And by the way, I saw that Demi Lovato was going to be on Kimmel last night. I don't watch any of the late night talk shows anymore, really, for a lot of reasons, but predominantly because I don't need the politics, and I also don't think they're funny. But if there's something on them, a music artist, I'll look for that. And I got to Vegas again after a crazy travel day, finally got to my place, and I was just shot. And I was going to try to make it up, because the music performances are always at the end, because I saw on my channel grid, it said Demi Lovato, and I'm like, I wonder if Nita will pop up there, and there's the confirmation that's what she's going to do. And I didn't watch it, but Joel's saying he saw it. So there you go. Nita Strauss leaving Alice Cooper for Demi Lovato, and we'll see how that goes for her. Wishing her nothing but the best in that. And Kane Roberts returning to Alice Cooper. And I don't know Kane. I met him 5 years ago at a signing that he was doing. Very nice guy, and I'm sure he's happy to be back in the gig, and good luck to him on that. We'll keep an eye on that.